What's going on, people? Good morning. Welcome back to the fucking channel. Right.
I can't hold this straight.
I got Paige on my phone because we're going to do morning cardio. Well, I am going cardio today. I go fast. I'm just doing faster steps just because I like doing faster steps.
I got cardio.
Paige got cardio. So we're off to the gym. It is a big day today. It's game day, show day for the big boy, Alex. So we're going to be taking you along for the ride. He's doing the IBFA British Championships. He did compete a few months back and qualified for it. He got second. So watch out for the trams, don't get run over. So yeah, we're going to take you along, show you a day of us being actual coaches, not just chatting shit. So yeah, we're just going over to do cardio now. It is currently 6:15 in the morning. Lovely. Back, get some breakfast down us, all meal prepped for yesterday, ready to go. Got a few bits to take up for Alex as well. I'm checking him over this morning, he's looking absolutely mega. Give him a bit more food, a bit more carbs yesterday because he was looking a bit flat. And he's woke up today, popping. Best his legs have ever looked. Hasn't been the smoothest prep either. Obviously won't go into that, but yeah, no stress, no prep is smooth, but we've got there in the end. He's looking very, very dry this morning, full as a house. He's the same age as me, and when you see him, you'll be very, very surprised. The boy is big. So, goal with him eventually is to go into the open division in obviously PCA, 2 rows, those types of federations. But at the moment, he went in to start the IBFA. He loves the old school bodybuilding.
Sorry, this is so hard.
He loves the old school bodybuilding, always has. So he wanted to go into something like that, which is one of the old school federations just come back around. So yeah, first season for him, very, very proud of him, and he's looking really good. So like I always say to my clients, obviously placings are a good thing, but what's most important is that you're proud of the look you've brought, and you've brought your best, and you've done everything you can to bring your best. Everything else is down to the judges. So yeah, looking forward to getting up there and seeing him. We got a 2-hour drive later now up there to Blackpool, but yeah, other than that, it's game on. He's had his first meal. He's one type of person that gets up very early, but then can't just sit there and do nothing. And obviously on show day, we want to be off our feet. So best thing that I've done for him now is I've told him to get his meal in, go get a little 10-minute walk in just from a digestion standpoint, get some blood flowing, and then he's going to just get back to bed for a bit, because I've seen that when I feed him and then he goes for a nap, he wakes up looking ridiculous. It's just so much better. Fatigue drops off, cortisol comes down, and it just works. It just fucking works. So we're going to get him to do that, get him to wake up then about 2 hours later, assess the look when he wakes up, and then decide what we're going to do for the rest of the day with the food, and we'll just go meal by meal. 500ml of water has gone in, some electrolytes as well, because none of that's going to obviously hydrate him unless there's electrolytes present, with some magnesium and sodium. So yeah, that's the plan so far. We've put 1 serving of peak maxing this morning just to be on the safe side, keep pulling a bit more water off, and carry on that diuresis moving into the day, because the show doesn't start till 1 p.m. and I think he's 4th or 5th category on, so got a bit of time. So yeah, that is...
My shoulder, sorry. My armpit is going to fall off.
Paige's arm's going to fall off, so we're going to leave it here. But yeah, we'll catch up with you in a bit when we're in the car on the way. Yeah, buddy. What's going on? We're back. So, as you can see, we're on the road now. Bit of a mental morning, getting breakfast in, getting everything sorted, checking over the big dog. He obviously put his first meal in as instructed. Went to sleep for a bit, woke up right on time, surprisingly. Yeah, so he woke up right on time, looking very, very good. I've now put the second meal in. A little bit less protein in the second meal, slightly less fats, obviously majority of it's just carbs, but we wanted to keep a little bit of fats and protein in just to slow the rate of digestion down, so that he doesn't obviously flatten off too quickly. We want to try and keep fullness now going into the show, so I have instructed him also to go and get a double espresso as well. It's just going to be towards diuresis. We're also just going to wake him up a little bit, and also probably help him go to the toilet, because if anyone's competed, that show day shit is essential. So that is what he's up to at the moment. We're now on the way up there. It is currently almost 9 o'clock, 4 minutes to. We should be getting there by about 10 to 11. So a little bit of a drive, but yeah, once we're there, then I'm going to feel a lot more. I'm very anxious on show days. I love it, I get excited, but at the same time I do get very anxious. Obviously I care not only like about the whole situation, but I care about the client and how they're feeling on the day. I want to be there to make sure they're supported and feeling confident and at ease and relaxed. So the quicker I can get up there with him, the better for the both of us. So yeah, obviously me and Paige are a team, so seems that she has done multiple peaks this year. She has been overseeing things with me as well towards the back end of this now, so it's been a team effort. I prefer it that way as well, because two brains are better than one. She has her areas that she's very good at, and then obviously I have my areas, so between the pair of us is very a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Basically, between the pair of us, there's two brains is better than one. But yeah, so should be up there for 10 to 11, and roughly around about the time that we're going to need a meal as well, so we'll probably be in with him now. Other than that, then it's just go and get my backstage pass, because I have actually got a backstage pass for today, which another reason I'm very confident with, because I will literally be able to watch him all the way through up until the point that he's going to go on stage. So that's always a good bonus as well, as being able to be there with him, because things can change very quickly. But yeah, other than that, don't really know what else. Other than that, I don't really know what else to say, to be honest.
Just kind of see how it's looking when we get there, really, innit? Because that's another thing as well, innit? It's like you can look so different on a camera to in person. I always feel like a camera never does a physique any justice. I learned that a lot with myself, but I think it's pretty much the case with anyone, really. Especially like, you know, if you haven't got a very good camera, but it's depending on like lighting as well. It's just going to be like little details there that would be visible in person, but it just might not pick up on the camera. So yeah, I think just when we get there now and get to see him in person, like, I know like you're going to be anxious either way as well. I just think like when you actually see him in person now, like you'll feel a lot calmer, because I think you know, how we kind of done things over the last few days has like really paid off. It's brought his physique back to life. He's filled out really well as well, so
100%, yeah.
It's going to be good.
To be fair, like, it's the same situation as happened with his first show, because this is his first season, if anyone doesn't know, and it is his second show. There's been a good few months in between the shows as well. Like, I've had time to actually pull him out to the deficit, feed him up, and actually go into like almost like a mini little gaining phase before I'm to pull him back down, because he had literally, it was about 20 odd weeks, wasn't it? No, it wasn't 20 weeks, it was about...
Didn't he compete before we even started prep?
Yeah, so it was about 20 odd weeks.
Yeah, my prep was 23 weeks, and he competed before that, so...
Yeah, so it's been about 20 odd weeks he's had in between his shows, so we've actually put some size on in that time as well. Looking back on what he looked like on his first show compared to now, we have put a substantial amount of size on. He's definitely a lot fuller. But the same thing happened last time, so lighting isn't the best, obviously, when you're away. You can't really control that unless you go outside in the daylight, but with the weather in the winter now, it's a bit unpredictable, and if you've got a tan on, the last thing you want to do is risk getting that wet and ruining your tan. But I remember the first show, his camera wasn't the best. He was sending me over photos, and I was like, yeah, you're looking really good, you're on, happy with this, yeah. But then I had to go to the gym, and he was coming down to anyway for a session. I said, look, let's get it in person, let's have a look at you in person and check things over. And honestly, when I see him in person, it was night and day. He was unreal. The graininess to him, like the vascularity, like the detail I could see, it did not show on the camera whatsoever. He looked 10 times better in person. So I know it's probably going to be the same situation again now. So like Paige was saying, when I get there now, I get to see him in person, I'm going to know exactly what I'm working with then. Not that I don't anyway, but it's like when you get that full picture with your own eyes in person, then there's a lot, like you can see the fine details and you can tweak things if needed. And so, yeah, looking forward to getting up there now and seeing him.
Camera ahead.
But aside from that, yeah, it's just get up there and get after it. We have got still fucking hell, about an hour, fucking pretty much 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes until we get there. So a long drive, but got the monsters on hand. Lando Norris.
Essentials.
The essentials. Yeah, and then we'll probably catch you now when we get up there. Other than that, got nothing to say.
Bye.
Yes, people, we are back. Been a bit of a crazy one. So, run over time a little bit. Well, I say a little bit more. We were supposed to get there for 10 to 11. We're now getting there at 11:30. Bit of a palaver. Alex realised he didn't have enough stuff on him, and there was no one up there to go to the shop and grab stuff for him, and he had to go get his top coat done. So on the way there, we've had to stop, run around the most chaotic Tesco I've ever seen in my life. Try not to boot anyone off their feet, they were getting in my way. Yeah, and then grab him a few bits, some rice cakes, honey, dark chocolate, the essentials for the day. He has had his top coat done now. Obviously I've been driving, he's just been trying to get himself sorted, so I haven't actually seen what he's what he's looking like since having his top coat put on. Did give me some feedback saying he felt a bit flat, but the thing is, there's a difference between feeling flat and looking flat, so it depends on which one it is. Obviously when people get a top coat put on, sometimes they can look at themselves and start to think that they're looking a bit flat, just from having that darker top coat put on. So I am going to say to him now there's some telltale signs where you can see if someone's dehydrated or needs more fluid. You can get them to hold their hands like this and squeeze their fist, make a fist and squeeze, and if their veins start to come through and they start to pop, then obviously they're alright. If their veins are very dilated, small, thin, not really starting to show up, they are probably dehydrated and need more fluid. Yeah, and then on top of that, then we're just going to get him to obviously get his kit off, and we'll have a look at how he's looking. And also another telltale sign of whether he's flattening off or not is whether he can feel his muscles contracting when he's trying to contract his muscles and pause, things like that. So that's another thing that I'm going to be running through with him now. And then obviously the actual visuals of him in person. So yeah, a bit chaotic at the moment. We will get as much footage as we can. I'll get Paige to follow around with the camera. But yeah, we're also absolutely starving as well, so we're going to try and fit a meal. Well, Paige probably have one straight away. I'll try and fit one in once I've sorted Alex out now. But yeah, other than that, just a little update. Basically, things have been absolutely chaotic as heck, but that is show day. Show day is always the same, always chaotic. So yeah, we are now 8 minutes away. Alex's signal was shit as well, so I've been trying to get hold of him, and none of my messages have been sending, but his message has just come through. So luckily now I can get hold of him, meet him at the venue and go from there. But they're letting people in from 12, show starts at 1 o'clock, so it is currently 20 past 11, so time is ticking, but he isn't on straight away anyway. I'm assuming because it is the British, there's going to be a lot more people here, so I don't think those first few classes are going to run that fast, but you never know. Never say never, and nothing is for certain, especially on show day. So yeah, we will catch up with you once we get to the venue now and see how the big man is looking. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can see yourself coming alive as it goes in. Fucking midsection, bubbly as fuck. Excuse my language to you too, but he's looking fucking mega. Oosh. Yeah, happy with this, bro. Very happy.
Boom.
Okay, relax.
Most muscular.
Last breath.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, relax. Left side chest, please.
Monster, bro. Yes, sir.
Okay, relax.
On, brother. On.
Okay, relax. Take away your feet, gentlemen.
Let's go, Alex!
Okay, gentlemen, you're now being judged.
That's it, Alex!
Quarter turn to the right.
Yes, Jerry! Marty! Go on, Jerry, lad!
Good, Alex!
Quarter turn to the right.
Nice!
Quarter turn to the right.
Jerry, lad!
Twist!
Face front, gents. Okay, give yourself plenty of room now, okay? Okay. Front double bicep.
Nice, Alex! That's it, Alex!
Relax. Lat spread.
Yes, Jerry, lad! Come on!
Yes, Alex! Legs,
Okay,
Alex!
relax. Side chest.
Come on, Jerry! Yes, Jerry, lad! Come on!
That's it!
Relax. Side tricep.
Nice!
Okay, relax. Face the rear, please, gents. Rear double biceps on hamstring and calves.
Go on!
Open up, Alex! Good!
Okay, relax. Lat spread.
Go on!
Yes, Alex!
Go on, Jerry, lad!
Relax. Face the front, please, gents. Abdominals and thighs.
Yes, Jerry!
You're short, Alex! Let's go! Yes, Alex! Good!
Okay,
Legs!
relax. Most muscular, please, gents.
Yes, that's it, boy! Legs, Alex!
Okay, relax. Just stand there a minute, gents.
Good!
Okay, ready, Mr. Music Man? Can we have minute pause now, please?
Let's go, Alex!
Gentlemen, feel free to use all the stairs.
Let's go, Alex! Yes!
gentlemen, if you could take a step.
Post-show treats going in.
Oh. Not that bad.
Gotta get a bit of that Gillian's in the shell. Oosh.
Yeah, boy.
And we're back. I did just start speaking, but
Take two.
Yeah, take two, because apparently the mic was over there and I forgot it was on, so you probably couldn't hear any of that. So we're gonna start from here. So yeah, it's the day after the show now. Basically, it was a bit hectic. We stayed to watch the majority of the show. Obviously, I wanted to have a chat with Alex and stuff, and just run over everything that needed to be run over post-show and where we were going from that point. Basically, I wanted to give him some structure and an idea of what we were going to be doing moving into the next phase. Obviously, I needed to actually give him the plan, but I just wanted him to have some sort of idea in his head straight away of what was going on, just so he wasn't feeling lost almost and uncertain of what was to come. Obviously, I told him, go and enjoy a meal, go and have some nice food with his family, stuff like that. Even have an off-plan breakfast the next day, and then try and get back into some sort of structure as soon as possible. So the next day, then obviously have a bit of breakfast or whatever if you went on an off-plan breakfast, because he was staying in Blackpool, weather was really, really bad, and obviously he'd been competing. It takes it out of you. We were absolutely wrecked getting home, which is how we've ended up having to film today, because by the time we got back, it took longer than expected. And also, we couldn't do a car talk because it was pitch black. So we were wrecked coming back. So you can imagine how he felt after being on stage and under those lights and everything. So yeah, he stayed up there. So I said, look, I know you got anything on you now tomorrow. Go have a breakfast off plan. And then when you get home, then get back to some sort of structure, get some steps in, get on target with your fluid and things. Stick to the plan, and if you want to have a meal in the night with your son, because he has a son, obviously his boy couldn't unfortunately make it to the show to see him. So I said, if you do want to have something with him in the night, then that's absolutely fine. He was very eager to actually get back on plan though and make the most of this reverse, which was nice, because there's something I have stressed to him that is very important. The first 8 weeks, it determines, it's a make or break whether your off season is going to be productive or not, and how your next prep is going to start and go throughout the whole period of that prep. This is something that we've been conversating about for weeks and weeks and weeks before the show, and he definitely took it on board. You see a lot of people that obviously don't have that mindset post show, so it was nice to see that he was serious about making the progressions and that he wanted to get locked back in and move forward and make the progressions for the next time he comes back. So that was nice to see. But yeah, this is the day after, basically. Trying to think. So basically, the day went from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. We got to the show, obviously sat down. I looked over Alex. There's going to be clips of all this type of stuff in there anyway, as much as I could have got. Didn't manage to get a DJ out, plus the venue was extremely dark, so it was better for me to do it off my phone. I had a look over him and stuff, put a bit more food in, but he was relatively on anyway, just needed more fluid. So we put as much fluid as we could in. We did have a protocol then that we thought we had timed right. Went backstage with him. Paige was our, what could you call it?
Well, basically, because I was sitting out in the venue, like watching, so I was just kind of like relaying back to Keen, right, this category's on now, this category's on, like they're at this point in the category and so on. But it just turned out that basically like not all the categories had athletes, so it ran down a lot faster than what we'd expected it to. Also the categories, the categories that were on earlier on, they were very, very small. Like 1 to 2 athletes per category, so it ran through very, very, very fast. But another thing as well, the signal in there was absolutely terrible. So it's like we were kind of conversing back and forth, and then all of a sudden my message just stopped sending to him, and I was like, well, there's nothing I can do at this point. Hopefully, backstage things are just kind of well organised, and they'll kind of be told as and when things are happening, but that just didn't seem to be the case. because Keenan came running back out just before Alex came on stage, looking a bit flustered.
A bit. Fuck. Yeah, so basically, a bit of a rundown of behind the scenes of what happened. I wish I had a videographer following us because it was
I would
absolutely...
have loved to have seen it.
It was brilliant. And I'm so glad that, like Alex, obviously, was just, like, he just took it in his stride. Fair play to him. He learned from his last show that you got to stay calm regardless. Show days are always going to be chaotic. It's the same thing that Paige learned this year. And yeah, he just kept cool and calm, collected, and just got on with it. So basically, we went backstage. We had, supplements, things, and stuff ready to finalise and just to get the best, just to maximise blood flow and fullness when he started to pump up. We thought we had an hour, so I had told him, lay down, get your feet up on a chair, just to try and flush any inflammation out of his legs. Stay off your feet, relax. So we were doing that, and as we were sitting there, I heard a very, very faint voice across the side of the room calling novice bodybuilders, men's novice. So we both looked at each other, and he's like, "Did I just hear that right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I heard the same thing." Obviously, we thought we had another like 4 classes before us, so there was literally should have been about an hour at least. So me and him went walking over to where the actual, this was like a big room, and then there was a door you went through to actually be backstage. So we walked over to there, and some guy was coming down the stairs, and I asked him who was on now. He said disability, and I knew that Alex was on after the disability class. So he said, what class are you in? He said novice, men's novice, obviously. He said, yeah, you're going to be on soon. So I was like, right, okay, let's go back. Let's obviously pump in supplements, stuff like that, and let's just start getting ready. So Alex went off to go and sort himself out. By the time he's walked across the room to go and grab his stuff to sort himself out, I've gone, I got a weird feeling, I'm just going to go and double check. I went back over, and the woman I was calling the things out, she was there. I said, who's on now? And she said, men's novice. And she said, basically got a bit arguing with me, but she said he should be backstage, he's going to miss it now. I've been calling him, I've called him twice. I barely heard it, but it is what it is. So I said, look, hold on 2 seconds, I'll go get him. She's like, he needs to be back here now or he's going to miss it. So I'm then gone from cool, calm, and collected to running around like a mental person. I've sprinted over to him, got him, and I've said, look, you need to be backstage now. They're saying you're going to miss it if you don't get backstage now. So like, don't panic, but we need to go. And he was just like, yeah, cool, let's go. So we didn't get a chance to put the pump formula in or nothing. Essentially then, I told him, get your kit off. He had his trunks on underneath. I was like, get your kit off, you need to go on. Instead of actually just stripping off there and then on the spot and walking backstage, he's decided to just start walking towards the backstage. As he's walking towards the backstage, he's taking his top off as he's walking and just throwing his clothes behind him, and I'm just walking behind him catching his top. Then he's like walking, taking his shorts off at the same time, chucking them behind him. I've caught his shorts, and then he's just, as he's got by the backstage, and he's took his socks off, just throwing them at me. I've grabbed them, and I'm like, right, let's go. I've gone and chucked his stuff back by where he was sitting, and then I was like, right, I need to make sure that he's all good. So I've tried to go back by the backstage, and a woman standing there. I didn't know whether she was joking or not, but she said you can't go back there. So I kind of just stood there for a couple of seconds. I said, well, I need to speak to him, and then she looked at me and said, oh well, you've got a backstage pass, so go on. So I don't know whether she was joking or winding me up or whatever. But anyway, long story short, I got backstage anyway. There's clips of that as well. You would have seen him backstage. And as you can tell, the pump just came out of nowhere very, very fucking quickly. He was obviously asking how was he looking and stuff. I was like, yeah, you're looking on. Very, very good. Happy, considering that the prep was obviously technically only 8 weeks long as well. He looked mega. First season as well. Like, I'll go into that a bit more in a minute. But yeah, so basically he's backstage. Didn't have any bands. He asked someone to lend bands. They told him no. So he's just like, right, okay. So he's just gone and done some push-ups and stuff. Basically, he did about 10 push-ups, and then they were calling him on. So he went from us thinking we had an hour to him literally being backstage, being able to do 10 push-ups, and then he was on stage. It was, yeah, it just went in a flash. It was wild. But he got up there, and fair play to him, he held his own massively. The lineup there was a good few boys in that lineup. Everyone was really, really good in our lineup, and yeah, like considering compared to what he was up against last time, this time he held his own against a much higher level of athletes on the day. So I was very proud of him. He came fourth, but regardless, like I came off the stage and he came off the stage and I went back to speak to him straight away because I didn't want him being disheartened. Because at the end of the day, like some people, obviously it's nice to win. Obviously it's nice to win. Everyone wants to win, but at the same time, that's not what this is all about. And you would have heard that us talk about this in the last episode when we wrapped up Paige's season. Essentially, if that's all you're doing this for is a place in, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. But yeah, so I went back. I said to him straight away, I'm extremely fucking proud of you. It was the first thing I said to him. At this point, he's got 3 people around him wiping him down because he was sweating his head off. So he's trying to talk to me. He's got people slapping him in the face with towels. But yeah, so he's come off anyway, and we've had a chat. And I said, look, I'm extremely proud of you, regardless of the place. And you held your own up there. It's your first season, you know, and it couldn't have gone better. He brought his best luck. And that's what he was happy about as well. He said, regardless of the placing, I was better than last time. Everything, like, you either win or you learn. There is no losing in this game. And it was a lesson, and he's come away from that show with a lot of value and a lot of lessons learned. Like he said, things he said to me was, you know, I now know that I need to stay calm on show days because it makes a massive difference. He now knows that posing is very, very important when it comes to bodybuilding. This is something that I have been saying to him, but I feel like sometimes some people have to experience and see things for themselves to realise how important they actually are. And when he was up there, obviously he looks amazing. Like for he's my age, he's 28, and the amount of tissue he's got on his frame already is ridiculous. He was by far the biggest guy on stage. Not the most conditioned out of everyone on the stage, there was, do you know what I mean? But he was by far the person on stage with the most tissue, 100%. And this is just a start for him. It's his first season. You know, he's just been someone who's just trained for years, but not really had any direction, not really had much knowledge on what to do, how to do it and stuff like that. And now that obviously we work together, he's learning a lot and he's just improving as an athlete more and more as we go along. But what got to me was, obviously, if anyone knows, if they're coached by me or have been coached by me or knows anyone's been coached by me, I fully invest myself. I put my heart and soul into every single one of my clients. And it was the first show he did. He didn't have much confidence. He likes training. That's why he loves bodybuilding. He fell in love with bodybuilding because of the training side of it. But the posing and being on stage isn't the thing that he likes that much. He's starting to enjoy it more now. And he did say that in this last show that he realised that this is where he needs to be and this is what he wants to be doing. This is what he loves. So I think he's starting to fall in love with the stage side of it as well. And I feel like the more confident he is with his posing, the more he's going to enjoy being up there presenting himself. It's just when you're not very confident in your posing, obviously you're just going to not going to enjoy your on there as much because that comes
I feel like if you know that you're not presenting yourself as well as what you could be or what maybe other people are for themselves, like naturally that is going to bring your confidence down.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that one of the things that got me the most was that is the fact that the first show he did, he would not look up. He had his head down the whole time. He had a bit of stage fright almost and didn't want to look out into the crowd. But this time he walked out there for his routine. He was confident, a lot more confident than what he was the first time. Few times he didn't want to look up, but you could tell that he was a lot more confident being on there, and it was amazing to seeing that mental growth from someone, that confidence growing over them over time. That's what this is all about to me. Obviously, like, it's not just the physical changes, it's the mental changes as well. And then it was the appreciation that he gave afterwards. I feel a bit emotional now thinking about it, but he turned to me and he said, look, you're not just my coach, your family. He's like, I got a lot of love for you, like, and he's like, thank you for everything you've done and everything for being here today. And he said the same to Paige as well. He said, like, do you mean you both are like family to him? And he said, thank you for everything. And yeah, it meant a lot. It did really mean a lot because this is everything to us at the end of the day. This is everything to us, and we do really genuinely care about every single one of our clients. So to hear that, to see like someone really appreciate the hard work that we put in and the amount of care that we put into our clients, to know that care is oh my god, reciprocated. Wow, I couldn't get that out then. That is like, yeah, there is no better feeling than knowing that you're improving someone's life and that someone you've made such an impact on someone's life, you know. So this is just a start for Alex. I'm extremely proud of him. And yeah, there's so much to come from him. This is like the genetics on the boy. You can see that for yourself. And this is where we've got plans in place. So I have already put his meal plan in place. And we're going to now talk about mapping up the timeline on where he wants to go with things, whether he wants to compete at the start of next year, not the start of next year, sorry, the end of next year, or whether we want to take a bit of a longer off season and go for the start of 2027. But regardless of which one we do, like, it's up to him. But either way, it's going to be very productive. And the next time he comes back, it's going to be a game changer. We're looking, obviously, to push him into different federations this time as well. I want him to step into the big boy federations, the ones that I feel like he'll be fairly judged in as well, and go from there, really. But it's still a good show, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, with where he wants to take his career in bodybuilding, there's the other is, you know, PCA, Two Bros. Those are the places that he needs to be going into. And after this improvement season, the plans we've got in place to do what we need to do, he's going to fit in easily. But yeah, the main things we're focusing on now going into his off season, his improvement seasons, obviously putting on size, his legs. We're going to bring those up a lot.
I'm going to program his leg days.
Yeah, he's actually specifically asked, can Paige do his leg days because of how big her legs are. So yeah, Paige is going to be programming the leg days. And then from there, then it's just going to be, you know, lats need to be brought up. He's going into bodybuilding open, so he needs to be big. He needs to be taking up space. He needs to be dense and fucking wide. So as you can see from him anyway, his upper body is very developed. As he said to himself, he's a valley boy. They train upper body all the time, but his legs not so much. So we're going to focus on really bringing up his legs, lats, and a few other bits, but mainly it's going to be those focuses, and then just overall size for the other places. Obviously, like there's no weight caps, it's just more and more size for him. And then obviously on top of that, then we are going to be really honing in on his posing and his presentation, because that's going to make a huge difference. I feel like he struggles to keep his legs on.
Yeah. Definitely
Struggles to keep his legs on, and when he does get them on properly, there's a lot more definition there than what shows off.
It makes such a difference.
It makes a massive difference. And his legs were more conditioned than what he was able to show, and that's just down to being in practice and being able to actually turn them on properly and keep them on. Like, don't get me wrong, my first season I struggled to keep them on. I could turn them on, but then I struggled to keep them on. This year, then obviously I practiced a lot more, and it wasn't an issue this year. But yeah, so it's going to be mainly posing, presentation, and then obviously the things that we need to bring up with his physique on us alongside that as well. And then next time, we're not going to do an 8-week prep, we're actually going to do a full length prep, and actually, you know, bring in the fucking peeled glutes, the dug out hamstrings, and just, yeah, we're gonna bring in his best look again ever. It's going to be amazing. I know where it's going to go already. But yeah, it's just a matter of time now with him. But one thing is that the mindset's there for him, and he's learned a lot this year, and he's taking it a lot more seriously now. Now that he's done his first season, he knows what he's capable of. He knows like how it is and what he's got to do. The boy is dedicated, like to the point where he's self-employed, and he's actually took a few months off work towards, like, when he did the 8 weeks, he took 2 months off work just to fully focus on the prep. So that shows the level of dedication he's got to this sport. So the sky's the limit. The sky is only the start for him, not the limit. And another thing I want to say is just obviously a big thank you to Paige as well, because she did jump in towards the back end of this prep. And yeah, 2 brains are better than 1. She's been giving her input. Obviously, she's been through a few peaks, different types of peaks, some protocols herself. So she has learned quite a bit. So there was a lot of input from Paige as well. So yeah, this is a team effort, always is, always will be, definitely. And teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And we're the best team, like, well, in my opinion. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her. So yeah, I do appreciate it, and I just wanted to put it out in there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much a rundown of how it went. Regardless of the showing, I am extremely proud of him, and I'm extremely happy with how they went, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just really excited now to see the improvements and watch him just grow as an athlete over time. Have you got any input you want to say?
I feel like you covered it all, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy days then. So yeah, that's pretty much Alex's show day. Obviously, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your family, friends, and your dog. Like eventually, we want to get to a point where we can have videographers follow us when we're having these show day events and different things going on. It'd be nice to be able to actually be fully present, locked in, and just have someone just follow us and be behind the scenes. Obviously, like it'd be a lot better, and it'll be a lot better for you guys to watch as well, because you'll really be able to see the behind the scenes then and what's actually going on and capture all these funny moments as well, like I said about Alex then, when he was getting called on stage. But obviously for those things to happen, like you guys are a massive part of that. Liking, commenting, sharing, engaging with our content, it helps us be able to do those things. So anyone who is, because the engagement's going up quite a lot and the following's going up, like it's the subscribers, sorry. So yeah, like thank you to anyone who is supporting, who is engaging. It's making a massive difference, and we are on the road to being able to monetize the channel and be able to actually give back more to you guys as viewers. So thank you for that. And on another note, obviously the season is coming to an end. We are both done with our seasons as well, but we are looking to take on people for the next season. If you are a competitor, have competed, or have ever thought of competing, then our links are in the bios. DM one of us or go to our website, have a look. We've got our prep package on there as well. And yeah, let's get talking, because the only way is up. Things are getting better and better all the time. And yeah, we definitely want to put more people on stage next year. So if you are interested, if you've been on stage, if you're thinking about it, then you know what to do. But
I just wanted to add to that. So, yeah. So basically, like, if you are someone, maybe not someone who has competed already, but maybe if you are thinking about competing next year and you would be coming as a first timer, like, don't just think to yourself, like, I'm going to just sign up with a coach when I'd be ready to prep. Because in an ideal world, you want to go through a gaining phase first. Most people typically don't have enough muscle. So having a gaining phase beforehand, a well-structured gaining phase, is only going to work in your favour. But also as well, it gives the coach a really good chance and enough time to actually work with you and figure out how your body actually works and how it does respond to certain things. So these are things that you don't really want to leave until you would be maybe starting prep, say maybe like 16, 20, 24 weeks before your show would be, or however long your prep would be. You're only going to be doing yourself a favour by signing up with a coach a lot sooner. So it's never too early to start. You know, even though Christmas is coming up, you can still enjoy that period, but you can still make progress before that as well, and directly after. So that's just something to think about as well. If you are thinking about competing next year, the time to start would be now. So your prep would be now.
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that, definitely. Essentially, like, over time, like, obviously Alex, for example, now has gone through this prep with me this season. It's our first season together, but as you can see, we're still learning things as we go along, because when you put someone into the extremes of a prep, their body's going to respond differently to like a normal diet phase or any other type of phase. And until you've put that person into that position and actually prep them, you do not know how their body's going to respond, essentially. So this time now, it's been a learning curve. But then the next time, we know, like, no prep's ever going to be the same. So we may not respond exactly the same next time. But every time we do it together, we learn each other more. And things will just improve and improve and improve until we get it absolutely nailed. And then, yeah, it's just up from there all the time. Like I said, there's no losses, there's only lessons. So every time you do this with your coach, it does improve. That's another thing I'd always recommend, that if you are looking to sign up with a coach to obviously prep, that like you try and go through a few seasons with that coach. Obviously, the only reason people do leave, obviously, if there's bad things going on, if it's just not the type of person for you, then it's different. Obviously, there is those things that happen. People do change coaches, but I believe that if you can stick with the same coach, I believe that if you can stick with the same coach for a few seasons, that by that last, say, second, third season, you're both going to know exactly how it's going. Like if something goes wrong in the first season, it is what it is. Like you're still learning each other. But if it's consistently happening from there, then you know you probably need to go somewhere else if you're serious about taking it as far as you can. But yeah, I just wanted to put that into perspective that time is a massive part of this, both from your own personal physique development, obviously muscle building, density, muscle maturity, that all takes time, but also the relationship and understanding and learning each other from a coach and client perspective, that takes time too. So yeah, that's my 50 pence. So if you are thinking about it, now's your time. Spaces are open, and yeah, we'd be more than happy to take on people. Yeah, let's jump on a call. Pretty much. Pretty much. I'm not a salesy person. I'm not trying to fucking sell nothing to you. Like, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you want to work with us, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's as simple as that. I want to work with people who are willing to work hard, who want to take this seriously, and also, like, you know, you got to get along with your coach. You got to click with them, and it's the same from the opposite way around as well. The coach wants to click with the client as well, and yeah, at the end of the day, if you want to work with us, you'll come regardless. So yeah, this is the end of this episode. Pretty much now, there's not much going on in terms of like season stuff. It's coming to the end, but it's the off season for me and Paige now.
Well, not quite yet for me.
Well, it's not technically not the off season for me yet either, but
I'm 9 days post show, so my food is still very low. I still feel like I'm in prep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But it is what it is. We want a good, structured, productive reverse this time around. So we will be hungry for another however long it takes, basically, so that we can have a very successful off season.
yeah. Obviously, I'm now 7 and a bit weeks post show. I've got bloods coming soon. I'll be having my bloods done once they come back and everything's all good. Fingers crossed. That's when I will really be starting to push up then, and full off season will be in full swing. But obviously food is at like 3,600 calories for me now already anyway, because my body was just soaking it up and I was dropping weight. So it is starting to climb now, my weight. But apart from that, like, I am technically still in a health phase. But off season will be coming. We'll probably do some episodes on the health phases as well, to be fair. Our blood work, we may actually bring up our blood work actually in the YouTube as well. If there's anything out the line or whatever, we can kind of talk through that and like what we're doing to rectify that and stuff like that. But yeah, there's going to be more different types of content coming now away from prep. So, and the Arnold's next year, which is going to be really good. I can't wait to document that. But aside from that, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you for engaging. And we'll be coming back to you soon with a new series.